you? Welcome. Come in. Come in. This is episode 6 on my channel. Have a seat, get comfortable. We're going to chit chat for a little bit. I'm going to answer some questions, read some comments, and yeah, we're going to have a few minutes together. So welcome. My name is Audrey. I am indeed a psychic medium. I am a real psychic medium. I talk to spirits every day. Sometimes it feels like nonstop. But come on in. I'm glad you're here today. Before we get started, let's get some business out of the way. Thank you to my new subscribers for coming and joining. I think most of you are coming from my old channel, so love my OGs. Welcome back. And then there are some new people who are new to me who didn't know me before. So is that a good thing? A bad thing? I don't know. But welcome. We're all going to have a good time. This is a community of mostly women. If there are some gentlemen out there, that's fine too, but don't get offended. But I'm going to primarily address everyone as if they're women because that's primarily what is here, which is fine. And we're here to support and love and care for each other and hold each other up. And that's really the most important thing we can do as human beings on this planet is to, I thought that was an orb, but it's not, it's a piece of fuzz, to be kind to each other. So I have a list of questions from you guys. I try and pick out some questions that would apply to many people maybe having the same question or comment and then addressing it from there. So I am salty, right? I'm a human being. I do get salty. I do get agitated. I do get irritated. I get angry. I have a lot of emotions in me, like everyone else does. You know, I don't mind if you say something conflicting of what I've said. That's fine. But get it right is what I'm saying. Don't say I did something and then be pissed off about that if I didn't do it. Believe me, there's plenty of stuff I'm going to do wrong that you'll have opportunity to call me out on it. I promise. But someone wrote in the comments, and I don't want to call that person out individually, but they said something to the effect of, what did Megan and Harry ever do to you? Why can't you just leave them alone? Kind of thing. That's not word for word, but that's just the gist of it. So yeah, Harry and Meghan haven't done anything directly to me. I think I have said that they're human beings. I respect them for that. I don't hate them. I've said that. I don't hate them. What I have done as far as Harry and Meghan is brought you information from Harry's mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, and how she's looking at the situation with Meghan and Harry and everybody else in Team Diana, and everyone else that she knows and she wants to talk about. So I have absolutely no hate or ill will. I do not want anything bad to happen to Harry and Meghan or their kids or anyone else, anywhere. That's not my intention. So I'll take the ownership of that and apologize if that's how I came across. That was not my intention. I am simply here explaining what I hear from Princess Diana. If you're new here, Princess Diana hangs out with me all the time since she died. So I have that. That's a lot. Trust me. It makes you feel a little cuckoo. But I certainly am not trying to hurt anybody. There are some people that I would like to hurt, and they're murderers and that sort of thing. Those kind of people are different. That's a different level of situation. So we're not talking about that today, though, I don't think, unless it comes up somehow randomly. All right, so let's get started with today's questions and comments. And this is from Michelle P. P as in Paul, Michelle P. Hi, Audrey. I'm so happy you're back. Have you heard of the case of Anna Walsh from Massachusetts? Would love to get your input. Thanks. So I can't read my note on here because it's not something I would say on the internet. But so what I did, Michelle, I hadn't heard of that case whatsoever. And I would rather gain my information on somebody or a situation by looking at photos and not reading about them. So what I did was I Googled the images of this Anna Walsh, just the images, and I did see the husband in handcuffs, so I guess he was arrested, but I don't know anything about the case. I don't. I haven't looked into that yet, but here, I just want to explain to you what I've done so far, and here's what I've seen and felt psychically. So I wrote down husband, did it, and then I wrote a bad word next to that. And Anna's face has a whole story. And it's not a real happy story. I didn't read anything about her. I don't know where she's from. I mean, I know she lived in Massachusetts, but I don't know her backstory. I don't know anything. But I'll tell you what I do see, and that is pain, secrecy. And it's not secrecy like you might think, like, oh, she did something bad. It's not that at all. Sometimes people have secrets just because it's none of your business. We don't have to tell you everything about ourselves, right? And it's not that you're being misleading. You're not trying to trick anybody. It just doesn't come up. However, Spirit shows me that the husband took that secret and ran with it, made her feel like garbage about it, threatened her with it, and basically used it against her. And it's nothing she would get arrested for. It's nothing no one wouldn't understand as a woman. But I do see her pain in all of the photos, and even her wedding photos with this guy. I don't know his name. I didn't like him. I didn't like him from the beginning. And you can kind of see the time going by based on the different photos. He looks different in the photos. So, and I'm looking over here because this is where I'm looking at them in my mind. Now let's see. Did you say? I don't know if they found her or if they haven't found her. I don't know. I didn't get that far into it. But her face is so telling of pain and despair. It was really sad. It was really sad. And then the freaking smirk on the husband's face. So I'll give you a little info on him. He's not dead, but I can still connect with him because he has energy just like everybody else. So the husband, again, I can't say what I'd like to say, but he thinks he's right. He thinks he's pulled it over on the cops. He thinks, oh, the cops are stupid. They don't know what I know about her, kind of information. And, if they knew what I knew about her, they would have done it too. Kind of mentality. Ridiculous. Stupid. So that's the kind of person I don't like. Okay, let's be upfront about that. This kind of person, I don't feel bad saying crap about, and I will continue to if I choose to. Okay, let's see. Fire in Ice 777 says, I actually think Diana is not happy the family is torn apart, but is happy Harry is living a life she was hoping to have. Fire and Ice, I think it's fair to say Diana's not happy about the family being torn apart. She's so complicated, Diana. Because as soon as I say something, she starts chatting in my ear. She's like, well, yes or no, or it's this or it's that. And, don't let people put words in your mouth and say what they want you to say about me. Say what I want you to say about me. So we're going to talk more about Diana in a little bit, but let me get through some of these other comments and questions because I have a lot to say about Diana. Okay, Becca is back. Becca, I'll just kind of go through your information here, Becca. Becca wants to know how to connect with angels, and also someone she cared about passed, and when this person passed, she and Becca were not really speaking, and that's a horrible feeling. Okay, so let's talk about that. How to connect with angels. I don't know. I mean, they're everywhere. Okay, here comes Spirit now. Let me tell you, I don't know zodiac signs. I know I'm a Taurus, but that's pretty much, and I know my son's a Leo. That's all I know. I don't even know my other kids what signs they are. It's not that I don't believe in zodiac signs and astronomy and numbers and cards. I'm not saying I don't believe in that, because I do believe in all of it. I just don't do it because I do this. I do this instead. I talk to the people and get answers and stuff from dead people. And angels, I don't know how to connect with an angel. I suppose, excuse me. I suppose one could just meditate on it and tell the universe, I don't know who my angel is, who my guardian is, but I would like to connect with you. I want your peace. I want what you have to offer me, this tranquility and comfort and strength. You can do that anytime. And I have no doubt some spirit is going to come in and give that to you. Is it an angel? Would it be a spirit guide? It could be your loved one who's passed. It could even be a loved one that's passed so long ago you don't even know who they are. Because this world is full of billions and billions and billions of energy from human beings. And even those who are not human beings still have energy on the other side. And there's so much. My mind is just like right now with information for you guys, because there's so much I could talk about. But let me make a note. I want to get back to that. And that might have to be its own video about some of these, what am I trying to say? These mystical ways I have of interacting with spirit. Also, if you've had an out with someone and they pass and you don't have a chance to fix it or talk it out or feel better about it, it absolutely 100% can be done after the fact, after they've passed, after you've both passed. But let's talk about now. You have someone you loved or cared about, they died, you are on the outs. How do you deal with that? Well, if you talk to them, they're going to more than likely come down and be around you. And you may not feel their presence at all. You may, if you're a sensitive, or obviously if you're a psychic, you're going to know if they're there or not. But I've helped people repair relationships after one of the people have died. And it's insane. It's crazy. I had a daughter who actually developed a relationship with her dad who had died, because she never had that relationship with him when he was alive. And by me channeling him and giving her information that only dad would know and give it to her, they actually started developing a real relationship. He was passed. And this was a very broken, horrible relationship, I will say. And is it a miracle? I I don't know, but it's possible. So let's do it. Let's help ourselves to heal by doing things like this. It's not evil. I'm so sick of people saying that being a psychic is evil. How is that evil when all I'm doing is helping? I don't need your answer. It was a rhetorical question. I don't need to hear about that. No, what I'm doing is not evil. I do not talk to demons. I do not talk to devils. I do not talk to any negative energy. In fact, if there's negative energy around me, it has to go. It's not an issue. It's not an issue at all. If there's even someone I knew when they were alive, if I start feeling negative from them, they have to go, and they go. I have control over that. So again, why I'm here on YouTube is to help you cope, help you to learn how to cope with certain situations and take care of yourself, because no one else is going to, and it's no one else's job. Let's take care of ourselves so we can be stronger for each other. But you can absolutely heal a relationship. So, Becca, I would say, it doesn't have to be weird, hippy dippy. Maybe if you want to light a candle, or if you drink tea or coffee, get a coffee or tea and just sit, close your eyes and talk to your friend. Apologize if that's what needs to happen. Just talk like they're in the room, because they are. I'm sure your friend would come through. If we were doing a reading, I've done tons of readings where people come through and they're apologizing. The spirit's saying, look, I am sorry I did X, Y, and Z. And my client here is going, ooh, WTF. What? It's weird. I know it's weird. It's weird. I'm weird. I know that. So I hope that helps. But I want to do an entire video just on these different subjects. Nothing to do with Diana or nothing to do with any murder cases, because the stuff I have to tell you about spirit is really, really important, in my opinion. Donna Anderson asked, I would like to know if the man in the UK that says that he is Charles and Camilla's son is in fact their son. His story is convincing. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I've seen a blurb of him. I have to tell you, Donna, that's a no. He's not their son, and for whatever reason he is saying that he is their son. Our emotions are like it's our own entity. They have a mind of their own, our emotions, and they can trick us and confuse us and take us down a wrong path. And I'm afraid that's what's happened with this man. He's not the son of King Charles and Camilla. I've looked at this very carefully before and again before I'm filming this video, and I don't want to say he's cuckoo. Look at me. Who am I to judge someone who's saying weird stuff about things? But Spirit shows me absolutely no, not their son. Convincing? Yeah. People can be convincing. And a lot of times they even believe it themselves. And for that reason, they do seem convincing. So, but he's not. All right. Donna also asked about a news anchor named Jody Huisentruit that worked in Mason City, Iowa. Donna, I looked into this one. She was my age. She was like a month younger than me, come to find out. Never been found, never been heard of again. Without getting super involved in this case, because there are so many I will tell you what I see with Jody, and that is a random person, actually two people, abducting her and taking her and dumping her. And it's not easy for me to say those words like abducting and dumping, because I'm talking about a human being, talking about someone's child. You know, for those of you who do have kids, you understand that. You know, I take this very seriously. So many women are victims of violent crimes and are taken away from their life, and we never even know what's happened to them. So I'm not saying that that case is not important. It's a very important case. And I know that here's one thing. I did read a little bit about her, just what people thought that happened to her. And I did read that people were looking for her for a while. They explained some things they tried to do to find her, and there's like no evidence of her anywhere. There's nothing. There's nothing on her. And, you know, why do these things happen? Why does the universe let these things happen to us, especially us women? You know, it's not fair. But other than that, Donna, I see her being taken. I see someone in the driver's seat. I see someone actually grabbing her. They do appear to be not Caucasian. I can't see, but they're definitely not a Caucasian pair of males. Not African American. And now this was so, you know, this is one of those things. It's like they grabbed her, killed her, dumped her, like in a matter of hours. For what? For why? Okay, I'm going to move on from that one. Okay. Foxy Roxy. I feel like saying Foxy Roxy Cottontail. I don't know why. I don't know where that's from. Oh, Flopsy Mopsy. Foxy Roxy. I have a note here. I cannot confirm or deny the existence of aliens. She wrote me a lengthy information about a dream. If you want to go down from episode 5 and read what she wrote, Foxy Roxy, her comments about this dream that she had. And it's so vivid, this dream, which is so surprising to me because there's been so many times I've wanted to write my dream down and I just can't remember it. And as I'm thinking about it, it's going away out of my mind. Interesting. One of my doctors is like a leading dream analysis guy. I would love to know my doctor's feeling on your dream. Gosh, it's it could mean a million different things psychically. And the human brain is such an odd thing. I was having this experience, and I've had it maybe 3 times. I don't like having this experience. It's horrible. I'm asleep, but I think I'm awake, and I had to talk to my doctor about this, and there is a term for it. Your situation's a little different, but your situation reminds me of this thing that I've had happen to me 2 or 3 times where it's like, it's real. This is really happening to me right now. These things I'm seeing are here. But it's caused from waking up, kind of, our mind being in a certain state of consciousness. It has to do with physiological things. But I would encourage you, Roxy, to find somebody who can really transcribe this for you. But if you don't do that, I would go through your dream or your notes that you made here to me, this information you gave me, and I would go through like each sentence and write down your emotions for each of these different things. For example, the dental information about the dentist office, and then the telepathic communicating that was happening, and the letter that came from the bank. I mean, and the number 9 on the bottom. What could the number 9 mean? It's really, really involved, this dream. It's really interesting. Maybe a reading could help. Possibly. I can't ever guarantee what results I'll get from a reading, but it certainly wouldn't hurt to have a reading about this and talk to it more in depth, because what could happen is Spirit is, here with us. Let's say you and I are meeting either over video or in person. Then Spirit comes in and says, "Oh no, this means that," or "that means this." So that definitely could help you. But then I've had dreams that are just weird and they mean nothing. They don't mean anything. They're just weird. Like I said, so it's hard to say. But yeah, maybe we can talk more about that in the future. I had a comment I wanted to read. Let me find it. I'm on my laptop. Gosh, I'm still trying to remember how to get through here. Okay. And we still are going to talk about Diana. Okay. So, Trailer Trash Barbie. I love it. I love it. I love that name, Trailer Trash Barbie. I do. I call myself white trash sometimes when I'm wearing certain things. I'm embracing half of my side. Half of me is Mexican, half of me is white trash. Whatever. That's who I am. I love both sides of my ethnicity. Trailer Trash Barbie says, talking about Diana, she was young and naive, and she was sucked into this life. It was her life path. She chose to come into this life, and she knew she would be taken out early. It's crazy the way the world and spirits work. Which, Trailer Trash Barbie, it's exactly right. It's exactly right. 100%. I couldn't have said it any better about Diana. There's so much we can talk about Diana. I mean, she's literally, it's like she's sitting here with me right now. She practically is. That's just how it is for me. My existence in this life, I'm buddied up with her. And I knew it too. I knew that coming into this life too. So it's interesting. But let's talk about Diana. I'm going to get comfortable. Ooh. Diana is a strong energy, emotionally strong individual despite her character flaws, her mental illness, her disorders and stuff. And I say that with all respect because you know what? I'm the exact same way as she is. We're very, very similar, Diana and I. And that's one thing that helped bond us together, is her helping me get through things, saying, look, Audrey, I had to go through this and this. I'm the same as you, and look at the life I had. Don't beat yourself up so bad. Don't beat yourself up at all, Audrey. Diana was young when she got married. She was naive. She loved Charles. She did. And she was at a point in her life, and I've been at this point in my life too, at a young age, of, I know I can fix him, whoever the him is in the relationship, whoever the partner is. I know. The problem is, here's what I'm thinking, and here's what Diana was thinking with Charles. They just haven't been raised right. The mother just never took, that emotional care for this man. And this man's needy, and I love him so much. It's going to override everything that caused this man to be like this. And he's going to be fine. And it's just going to be me and him and our kids. And we're going to have a happy life together. That's what Diana thought. She really thought that about King Charles. And that sucks. And she gets angry. Okay, she's telling me something right now. Hold on. She has not crossed all the way over, is what she's saying. And I know that. So she is still in touch with her human emotions. I know that. But she wants me to share that with you. So she may sound angry, but that's her human side. She's fine. She's at peace. She's not upset. But her stories are going to always be pretty much about her her problems and everything that happened to her and how she ended her life. So just know that she is at peace, even though she hasn't crossed over. And I've asked her, when are you going to cross? When do you want to cross over? And she gives me blank. She gives me a blank. So I don't know when she wants to cross over. I don't know. Sometimes people want to hang around and wait for their kids to pass and to bring them to the other side. Hasn't gone there with me whatsoever. So I'm not going to go there right now with her. But Diana loved Charles. You know how I said I don't like to talk smack about people? Well, there is someone I do like to talk smack about. And that is the Queen Consort, Camilla. I am not a fan. And I know River from YouTube. River loves her. I think Lady C is okay with her. I'm not. I'm a psychic medium, and I can see inside of her. I'm plenty flawed myself. But there's something, my personality, there are some people in this world I just will never, ever, ever be okay with. One of those is Camilla. And no disrespect to the UK and to any Commonwealth countries. That is your queen. I know that. But I have the real queen with me right here. Okay. I have Diana. And I protect her. And I know it's weird because she's dead. She's dead. Why are you protecting a dead person? Her reputation, her memory, as flawed as Diana was, she was equally or more wonderful. She had a huge heart. She did and wanted to do so much for so many people. I mean, her heart, and okay, she's telling me yes. Yeah, I know. She's talking to me. But Diana wants you to know how flawed she was. Why? For a few reasons. One, don't wish you were her, like Meghan Markle, I've heard, wants to be Diana 2.0. Well, no, you probably don't want to be Diana 2.0 because Diana had to deal with a lot in her childhood, in her young years, in her married years. You know, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. From Diana. Yeah, don't ever wish you were someone else because you don't truly understand unless you happen to be a psychic medium and you know what they went through down to their deepest feelings. Oh gosh, I lost track of what I was saying. I apologize. I get going in these tangents. Diana was flawed. She wants you to know that. I'm not saying anything bad about her. She wants me to say this to you. Sorry, I get like this when Spirit's here talking to me. Diana is smart. She's like a tough cookie. And she may have appeared meek and naive in the beginning when she first became an adult and she got married at such a young age. Yes, she was naive. But was never stupid. She feels foolish. She feels like she was played as a fool. The thing is, Charles was never going to give up Camilla. And he told her that. He was upfront with it. He was upfront about it being a threesome marriage. 100% he was upfront because he never was going to stop that. No. And that just sucks. I mean, can you imagine getting married to someone? Sorry, I have cat fur. Can you imagine being married to someone and they tell you that? What a horrible thing. I mean, and Diana had been through so much garbage as a young person as well. Diana wants to say that she is just one of us. She is just one of us women who has to deal with a bunch of garbage, you know, with the relationship and with the kids. And again, if Diana was here, she says, if I was still alive, I absolutely would not get involved with my son's relationships. Why? Why would I ruin their life experience for them? That's how you learn, she say. That's how you learn through your life experiences. You can't let someone else tell you how to feel and who to love and who you think you love. And she would, okay, this was never going to happen. If Diana didn't die, it just would have never, Meghan would have never come into the picture just because of life's paths. Harry and Meghan would have never crossed paths, okay? But if they did happen to cross paths and Diana was alive, Diana would not have said no. Diana would not have discouraged Harry from being with Meghan, even with all the problems. Even with the problems with Harry and Meghan and the drama, Diana would say, you got to work it out. You got to figure it out yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to figure it out yourself, whether it's dealing with Charles and William or the media or whatever. Diana's saying she would have let both boys go off, do their thing, and make mistakes and deal with the mistakes themselves. And Diana says, I would not have gotten involved and bailed Harry out of anything or anyone else. William, not likely to get himself into something that would need bailing out of. But, Harry, we know Harry, how he is. That's just Harry. And I think that says a lot because I don't think that Diana is crying because of the problems that have come with Harry being attacked by media and people laughing at him. Don't worry about Diana seeing this. She sees it. She's there. She's with him all the time. She goes back and forth. She's with Harry and Meghan, then she's with William. She even goes to see Charles. She goes, flies by her parents' graves and checks on things. She's all over the place. She shows me she's primarily spends time in the UK. But she can be in LA in a split of a second. So don't worry about Diana rolling over in her grave. That's an expression that I've heard, and Diana would be so upset. She'd be rolling in her grave if she knew. No, she's not. She's not rolling over in her grave. But she just is available, and I think she just wants the boys to feel her presence of her energy around them. And I think they do feel it around them. And again, I don't hate Harry. I don't hate Meghan. Yeah, there's things I've said, just because I'm a human being. So I just wish Meghan and Harry would make better choices, and for their children, if nothing else. Even with the best intentions, our kids get messed up from our parenting. Trust me, I've heard that from my own kids. But Diana's fine. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. The next video I plan on doing, we're going to just talk about spirit, okay? If Diana or other spirits do pop in, that's fine, but it's going to be primarily a psychic video. We're going to talk about how I see things and what spirits in general want you to know from the other side and to help you heal, okay? So that's what I want. I want to help you heal. You guys have helped me heal. And I love being back. Thanks for having me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it on social media. I am not on Facebook, so if you want to share me on Facebook, I'm just now getting back into all of this. And so I'm getting my feet wet, and I want to keep rolling. So thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you super soon. Ciao.